today we're gonna make these beautiful neck cowl infinity scarf. These are amazing gifts for the women in your family or workplace, especially if you have a lot of people to buy for this season, because these come in at $10 each. They are not the merino wool, they're only 15% wool. So these are actually the Yarn Bee Hobby Lobby's brand, and it's called Showstopper. This one is actually not Sleepy Sky. This is the darker gray that they have. The Sleepy Sky is a light, like a white and gray mixed together. And I can't find the tag for this, but there's only like 6 colors. So it's the dark gray that I've made here. Use one skein, which is 10 ounces, 26 yards. It is actually 50% acrylic, 35% polyamide, and 15% wool. And right now, yarn is 30% off, so you get this cheaper than $10 a skein, $10 a gift. So let's jump right into the tutorial. So the first thing we're gonna do is make our slip knot. And I'm sorry, I'm sick. It's gonna sound like this. I've been wanting to film this for a couple of days, but I lost my voice completely. So anyway, you just take your yarn, fold it over here, just like that. Fold it over again, and then pull through. Okay. Now, I like to keep my slip knot about the size of my thumb, and that's what size I like to keep my stitches as well. We're gonna take our, so after we've made our slip knot, then we're gonna do 6 stitches across. Pull your yarn in from the bottom. That makes 2. So we already have one here. 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? And now we're going to go this way. We're gonna go up. One. You just put your hands through the holes here. 2. I'm just using the top little piece. 3. 4. 5. 6. Okay, now instead of knitting the first one on each row, we're going to knit on the second one all the way across, and then the same thing on the way back. And the reason we're going to do this is to make a nice finished edge for our scarf. So we're going to skip this one, and we're going to go straight to this one. Okay. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Instead of knitting in this one, we're going to go to the second one and then all the way back across. These make such beautiful gifts. Okay, we're at the end of that one. And same thing all the way across. We're gonna start on number 2 and then all the way down. And we're gonna do this until we get to, until we have about maybe 2 feet left of our yarn. So meet me back here when you have gone all the way up. One thing I want to say also about the edges. So if you make your edges basically tight, just like you're making your other stitches, then in the end your scarf will do this beautiful kind of fold in type thing. If you make them larger, so if you pulled it to where it would be to the top of when you make your next stitch, then it won't pull as much at the end. So it's totally up to you on what you want your scarf to look like. I prefer them to be a little bit tighter so that it does kind of pull in, because it hangs really beautifully on the neck that way. So anyway, that's just your personal preference. Okay, I now have about 2 feet left, and let me tell you what we're gonna do. So this is the front of our scarf, the part that you would see around the neck. This is the bumpy side, the back side of our scarf. And what we're gonna do is just pull it up over here. And we're gonna count. So we had 6 here. We're gonna have 6 here, and we're gonna put the corresponding loop to each one so that we can tie it through. Okay, so I'm going to put this loop together with this right here, okay? And I'm going to take my working yarn and I'm going to pull it through here, just like that. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah. Then we're going to take number 5 and put it through the next one here. So you see. Okay. And we're going to take number 4 here, put it through the next one. And all I'm doing is taking it and going over. Okay. Number 3. We're going to put with number 3. Okay. Number 4. Going to put with number 4 here. Okay. And number 5, we'll put with number 5 here. Just like that. Now at this point, you could tie these two together, and then you just hide these inside. But let's turn it over so that you can see what we have here. This is the back part right here, which really you can't tell a huge difference between the back and the rest of it if you were wearing it. But you would want to put that in the back. So now let's hide our pieces. And you can cut them shorter too. Like, it's really just up to you if you wanted to cut them down. I don't want this knot to be as visible, so I'm actually going to hide this one pretty tight in here. Pull it down a little bit. And your scarf will be loose, so you really won't feel that knot. Okay, just hide it in a little bumpy area. And you have a beautiful scarf to give as gifts this year or wear. These will impress anyone. The wonderful thing about these is, like I said, they're $10 each. So if you had women at work that you needed to buy stuff for, they wouldn't know the difference between this and the merino wool. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Also, please give me your suggestions of things you would like to see me do next.